Bartholomew "Barty" Butterfield, a man whose romantic gestures were as extravagant as his collection of antique thimbles, had planned the most elaborate proposal the world had ever seen. Months of meticulous planning culminated in Operation, yes, a multi-million-dollar spectacle designed to win the heart of his beloved Serafina. The plan involved a synchronized swimming team performing a routine choreographed to their song, a fleet of drones spelling out "Marry Me, Serafina" in the sky above a Parisian park, a flash mob erupting into a joyous dance, and finally Barty himself emerging from a giant rose-covered box. It was, to put it mildly, ambitious. The day dawned bright and promising. The synchronized swimmers, clad in shimmering costumes, were in position. The drones, meticulously programmed, were humming quietly, ready for their cue. The flash mob, a diverse group of enthusiastic dancers, were nervously awaiting their moment. Barty, meanwhile, was sweating profusely inside his rose-covered box, which, unfortunately, was proving rather claustrophobic. The music started, the swimmers began their graceful routine, and the drones ascended into the air. Everything seemed to be going perfectly until a rogue pigeon decided to nest in one of the drone's propellers. The drone, now slightly unbalanced, began to wobble precariously. Then it started to spin wildly and erratically, eventually veering off course and colliding with a hot air balloon. The hot air balloon, in a truly unexpected turn of events, burst into flames. Not a catastrophic fire, mind you, but enough to send a shower of sparks raining down on the synchronized swimmers, who promptly abandoned their synchronized routine and began screaming. Their coordinated movements turned into a chaotic scramble to escape the falling embers. The flash mob, who had been meticulously practicing their routine for weeks, witnessed this and decided it was too much. They spontaneously abandoned their planned dance and began improvising a frantic jig, punctuated with cries of alarm. Their coordinated dance became a chaotic mess. Barty, hearing the commotion, decided to expedite his grand entrance. He wrestled his way out of the rose-covered box, only to trip and fall, landing face-first into a strategically placed fountain. The rose petals, now soggy and clinging to his soaked tuxedo, did little to improve his appearance. Serafina, witnessing the entire spectacle unfold, began to laugh uncontrollably. The meticulously planned proposal, with its synchronized swimmers, malfunctioning drones, and impromptu hot air balloon pyrotechnics, had devolved into utter pandemonium. Yet amidst the chaos, there was an undeniable charm. Instead of the romantic proposal he'd envisioned, Barty found himself covered in mud and rose petals, surrounded by frantic dancers and a very amused Serafina. And yet she laughed with such genuine joy that he knew he didn't need the flawlessly executed plan after all. He forgot his carefully prepared speech. In place of that, he said, "My perfectly planned proposal went horribly wrong. Will you still marry me?" Serafina's laughter turned into tears of joy. She didn't care about the drone mishap, the chaotic flash mob, or the flaming hot air balloon. She loved him. The rescue services arrived to deal with the malfunctioning drones and the slightly singed hot air balloon. The flash mob dispersed, having created an unforgettable moment for everyone involved. The synchronized swimmers, shivering slightly, were led away for a well-deserved hot chocolate. And Barty, covered in mud but with a radiant Serafina by his side, finally felt a sense of relief. Operation, yes, might have been a disaster, but it was the most uniquely memorable proposal of all time. Barty learned a valuable lesson. Sometimes the most beautiful moments are born from the most unexpected chaos. He also learned that perhaps, next time, a simple picnic in the park might be a better option. It might also be time to sell his antique thimbles collection. He may need the monies. The ensuing wedding was, to be expected, equally unforgettable. The wedding cake even featured a miniature hot air balloon and a tiny, somewhat lopsided drone. It was a celebration of their love story, proof that even the most meticulously planned proposals can have the most extraordinary outcomes. The tale of Barty and Serafina's unconventional engagement became a legend whispered across the City of Lights.